4 a.m. First Fruits. This is a chapter by chapter Bible study series, and we are on Nehemiah. Anyone else from the South? Nehemiah chapter 1. This book is written by Nehemiah in the words of Nehemiah, the biographical masterpiece of the ancient times. I find it very cool that Nehemiah's name in Hebrew means Yahweh comforts. Nehemiah is the cupbearer to King Artaxerxes, the same king we dealt with in Ezra, the one who initially was hostile towards the rebuilding of the Lord's temple and then later on became favorable. You can't really blame him though when you take a look at the letters that were sent to him. Chapter 1. The words of Nehemiah, son of Hakaliah. During the month of Chislev, in the 12th year, when I was in the fortress city of Susa, Hanani, one of my brothers, arrived with men from Judah, and I questioned them about Jerusalem and the Jewish remnant that had survived the exile. They said to me, "The remnant in the province who survived the exile are in great trouble and disgrace. Jerusalem's wall has been broken down and its gates have been burned." The second temple has been built, but the reason why Nehemiah is so upset about the wall is because without a wall, the holy things in Jerusalem are left unprotected and uncovered. And having no wall back then to protect the holy things is kind of disgraceful to other neighboring cities. It left things incomplete. Vulnerable. Verse 4. When I heard these words, I sat down and wept. I mourned for a number of days, fasting and praying before God of the heavens. I said, "Lord, the God of the heavens, the great and awe-inspiring God, who keeps his gracious covenant with those who love him and keep his commands, let your eyes be open and your ears be attentive to hear your servant's prayer that I now pray to you day and night for your servants, the Israelites. I confess the sins we have committed against you. Both I and my father's family have sinned. We have acted corruptly towards you and have not kept the commands, statutes, and ordinances you gave your servant Moses. Please remember what you commanded your servant Moses. If you are unfaithful, I will scatter you among the peoples. But if you return to me and carefully observe my commands, even though your exiles were banished to the farthest horizon, I will gather them from there and bring them to the place where I chose to have my name dwell. They are your servants and your people. You redeemed them by your great power, strong hand. Please, Lord, let your ear be attentive to the prayer of your servant and to that of your servants who delight to revere your name. Give your servant success today and grant him compassion in the presence of this man. At the time, I was the king's cupbearer." In order to be the king's cupbearer, you had to be very trustworthy, and the cupbearer was always the one tasting all the wine and all the cups to make sure they weren't poisoned, to keep the king safe. Nehemiah's response to hearing this news was not to schedule a meeting or create a big campaign. It was prayer and fasting, a God-centered action. The prayer starts in adoration and praise to God and who he is and the fact that he keeps his covenants. Secondly, it was a confession. "Father, even I and my fathers have sinned." He humbled himself. He didn't just point fingers, and he pleads from God's promises and mentions the promises. He prays the promises to God. Nehemiah knew that prayer connects us to God, who ultimately changes things. And he had direct access to powerful people, but instead of going to them, he went straight to the all-powerful. First, he went to God first. Oftentimes, you see God's plans for renewal coming from people who have a heavy burden for someone or a community. And God uses that person. In this case, he's going to use Nehemiah's passion and his position. And we'll find out exactly how in the next chapter. Take a look at your comfortable position. God's will for you in that comfortable position is not for you in your comfort. Take a look at what you feel burdened by. Does anything drive you to fasting and prayer and anguish? What is it that God may be calling you to? Thank you for watching this 4 a.m. and I'll see you in the next 4 a.m. when we cover Nehemiah chapter 2.